Hello, welcome, namaste. My name is Harshani of How to Live in Yoga, and I'd like to guide you through a very beautiful breathing practice of the three-part deep yoga breath, or Deergha Swasam. And this breath practice itself helps us to use the maximum lung capacity. So if you've listened already to our introduction about the breath, you'll know that most people tend to only use about 20% of their lung space. And so Deergha Swasam helps us to maximize our lung space and help us increase the lung capacity, and helps us to breathe more comfortably, more deeply, more easily. This is helping our oxygenation of our body and our system, and also helping to calm our senses. And by particularly focusing on the deep belly breath, we're helping our parasympathetic nervous system to calm our system down and to help the body and the digestive system rest and recover and repair. All of which help us with our healing intention for our lungs and our breathing and our energy body. And so I'm going to guide you into the breathing practice itself. And imagine we have almost 3 different compartments of our lungs with our breath. So we know we have the left and the right lung space, and underneath under our rib cage is our diaphragm, and this is a muscle or a sheath which is under here. And when we breathe in and fill the lungs, the diaphragm flattens and pushes down on our internal organs below the belly. And this should, in fact, let the belly rise and fill like a balloon. When we're using the diaphragm properly and breathing deep into the lower parts of the lungs. And when we breathe out, when we exhale, the diaphragm then moves in a little cave back up to help push the breath out of the lungs. And so really learning to breathe a deep breath into the lower part of the lungs activates parts of the lungs that may not have been used for a while, and also helps to increase our lung capacity and strengthen our lungs and strengthen our breathing, which helps us energetically in many ways of our being. And so we're going to work with the breath. And so we breathe through the nose, so the mouth is gently closed, the jaw relaxed. And I like to place both hands, one hand over the other, on your belly, so just below the diaphragm on the belly area. And we're going to do a breath just into the belly to find that place where the diaphragm moves down and the belly moves out. And so close your eyes and just breathe in through the nose and take that breath all the way down to fill your belly. Feeling the belly fill like a balloon. And as you breathe out, slowly exhale, drawing the belly back towards the spine softly. Breathing in to the deep belly, belly expanding and filling. Breathing out, drawing back towards the spine. And just close your eyes. And if you tend to be more of a shallow breather, this helps to bring the breath back to its natural equilibrium with this belly breath. Breathing in, belly expanding. Breathing out, belly drawing back towards the spine. Breathing in, belly expanding. See if you can keep the breath just in the belly. Breathing out, feel the belly soften back towards the spine. Beautiful. And so that's activating that lovely movement of the diaphragm and helping the belly fill like a balloon on the breath in and soften back to help empty the lungs and help the breath leave the lungs healthily on the way out. And that lovely belly breath is also helping our parasympathetic nervous system, which is really important for calming our system down we often hold a lot of tension and stress or anxiety in the stomach area, and it helps to just alleviate that, helps it to begin to clear and heal and reset itself. So really important for us at this moment in time to be doing this relaxing deep belly breath. So from the belly in this practice, the next part of the lungs we're going to explore is the mid-chest. And this is the main part of the rib cage here. And so I'm going to invite you to place one hand and the other on the sides of your ribs and give a little push into the ribs so you can feel your ribs. And we're going to just concentrate the breath so you know where the belly breath was. And so we're going to concentrate now the breath into the mid-chest. And so as we breathe in here, give a little push against the ribs. And you should feel the ribs expand out into the hands. And as you exhale, give a soft little gentle ease as you push the ribs back in. Breathing into the mid-chest. Feeling the ribs move sideways and exhaling. Feeling the ribs come back in. And so close your eyes and just concentrate your breath here for a few breaths. Breathing in, feel the ribs expand. You're going to be sending the breath deep into the outer edges of the lobes of the lungs. Breathing out, feel the ribs expand back. Breathing into the mid-chest, ribs expanding sideways. Mid-chest filling fully. Breathing out. Slowing down that breath out so you completely allow the lungs to empty fully, creating space for the next breath in. Once more. And breathing out. Relax the hands. And so as we're moving through each of the lung spaces, we're filling the breath fully. We're allowing the breath to flow deep into all of the air sacs that are in the lungs, filling the lower part of the lobes of the lungs, way out into the sides and the front and the back of the lung space. And then the final one is going up into the upper chest. And so this is more of a subtle breath here. And this is where most people tend to breathe quite shallow. And so when we're feeling panicky or feeling anxious, we tend to breathe up here and this doesn't move. And so this one, most people can find this one quite easily because this is where you might be breathing more so. And so by just being aware of this breath here helps you, when we do the 3-part breath practice together in a moment, helps you to really deepen and maximize the breath from the lower parts, the mid-chest, to the upper chest and collarbone. And so just place your hands very lightly here, just either sides of the collarbone, under the collarbone, on the top part of the chest. And we're just going to concentrate the breath into where the hands are. And so close your eyes, and as you breathe in, just let the upper chest and collarbone lift slightly. And you just feel that raising of the upper chest and the ribs up slightly. And as you exhale, slow down that breath and feel that subtle moving back down. Wonderful. Do a few of these, breathing in. Keep the breath slow and gentle still. So you can be mindful and feel the breath rising and feel the top part of the lungs and breathing out. Slowly emptying, keeping that breath out, if you can, longer than the breath in. Just do one more, breathing in and softly out. And so just being aware here, by keeping your hands here for a moment, being aware how actually the rest of the lungs aren't working when we're just working up here. And so when we bring all 3 in together, we're going to do it in one breath. And so if you're new to this practice, it is a practice, and as you practice over and over again, with time, on a daily practice, you will find you'll begin to expand the lung space, strengthen the lungs, you're also helping to work all the little intercostal muscles in between the rib cage. So we're really allowing that lovely capacity of the lungs to breathe itself and through the back of the rib cage as well, behind you. So our lungs move in all directions when they fill in, like a balloon would fill. And so we want to create that lovely space within the breath, in the 3-part breath too. And so I'm going to just demonstrate that for you. So I will first of all breathe into the lower parts of the lungs, fill in the lungs fully here, and then continue the breath up to the mid-chest, and you'll hopefully see my ribs expand sideways, and then up to the upper chest and collarbone. And then I'll slowly exhale from the upper, mid-chest, and as I draw back and empty the lower lungs, I'm going to draw in through the belly slightly. And so I'm going to do this without speaking, and so you can observe. So I'm going to breathe in now. And so let's have a go of that together. So it might help you to close your eyes so you can just focus on the breath. And again, keeping the breath through the nose. So keep the mouth closed and relaxed and gentle. When we breathe through the nose, it's also helping to light up different neural pathways in the brain and helping us to also calm and clear the mind. So this is a very calming, relaxing breath. So allowing the breath to be comfortable as you breathe in, and seeing if you can really observe and follow the breath out all the way to the end of the breath. And so I'm going to guide you through. So find an upright seated posture. It's important we find space for the breath and the diaphragm to move. If we're sitting slumped or slouched, the breath can't move, the belly can't move. And so we need to make sure that we can be as upright as possible and create space for the lungs to move and the diaphragm to be free to move and feel that lovely expansion in the ribs. So find somewhere where you can sit comfortably and sit up nice and as tall and comfortable as possible. So you create space for the breath. And you might like to first of all place your hands on the belly and then on the ribs and on the upper chest as you get used to the practice coming up and coming down. And then you can just relax and do it without the hands. So closing your eyes, maybe placing your hands on your belly and taking a lovely deep breath into the belly. Fill the belly, then through the mid-chest, fill the ribs, all the way to the upper chest and collarbone. And then slowly exhale, empty the upper, mid-chest, and as you empty the lower, draw back the lower abdominal slightly. Breathing into the belly, expanding, mid-chest, upper chest and collarbone. Exhaling, upper, middle, and lower. Then continue with your own pace. Breathing into the belly, mid-chest, upper chest and collarbone, and exhaling upper, middle, and lower. Continue with this practice and imagine you're breathing in a beautiful healing energy, a prana, a life force, a vitality that fills the lungs with that beautiful oxygenation and flows way out into the front part of the lung space, the back, the sides, above and below. And simply observe that breath. And see if you can invite the breath out to gently, naturally become slower. And gradually, by becoming slower, becomes slightly longer than the breath in. So breathing in, filling the lungs. Breathing out, slowly observing the breath empty. And feel the movement in the ribs and the belly. Next breath in, breathe into the belly expanding, rib cage, upper chest and collarbone, and exhaling, lowering slowly as if it's melting out through the upper chest, mid chest, and lower. Notice what might happen if you smile gently on the breath in, and invite a soft smile gently on the breath out. Breathing in a sense of health and well-being, and breathing it out to the world. And after your next breath out, let the breath return to natural. And keeping your eyes softly closed, just notice how you feel at the end of the three-part breath, Deergha Swasam. And see if you can allow that gentle belly breath to continue to be something that you also practice on a regular time throughout your day. To just notice that you can be still working with that lovely belly breath. And when you want to deepen and practice the Deergha Swasam, then we're helping strengthen the diaphragm to help make each breath deeper and fuller and longer. So enjoy some beautiful, healthy breathing deep into your lung space. I wish you much health, vitality, and happiness. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Om Shanti.